Programming started with logicians, mathematicians, and scientists in the ancient world. Programming is the process of constructing a set of instructions that cause a computer system to perform specific tasks. The term computer programming may refer to the construction or expression of computer programs, or the study and practice of doing so. Programming languages are used to write these programs, which are composed of individual commands identified using a syntax that permits great flexibility in the design of an application. In this episode, we will cover the history of programming, early scientists and their inventions, which in turn led to the development of modern computer technology as we know it. In this course, you will find out how computers work, including elements such as storage and electronics, along with how they are programmed to perform specific tasks. This course has been set up in a way that allows students to spend more time on topics they enjoy or understand more easily, with activities explaining what's happening inside the computer while furthering your understanding of key concepts. Dennis Ritchie is known as the father of modern programming. Dennis designed the Unix operating system and the programming language C, which opened the door for the development of the Internet, smartphones, e-banking, and contemporary computer applications. In the early days of computers, many computer scientists dedicated everything to come out with the best version of computers, using programming. Dennis Ritchie worked with Ken Thompson on coding the Unix operating system. As a result of their work together, Dennis Ritchie went on to work at Bell Labs, where he became involved in the project that eventually led to the creation of C and C++. The C language is widely used for a variety of programming languages, including Java, Python, etc. From his effort, he was rewarded for their invention of general operating systems theory and particularly for the implementation of the Unix operating system. Ritchie and Thompson were given the Turing Award in 1983. Reflections on Software Research was the title of Ritchie's Turing Award lecture. He passed away at the age of 70. His research is still the backbone of many computers today. Imagine the first days of programming. It was pretty amazing when computers were made so we could write software to do things humans could never do. The great scientist that invented amazing things like the Xerox machine, the robot arm, and other incredible programs. Charles Babbage. The early days of programming and how a young scientist named Charles Babbage laid the foundations for modern computing. Learn how his design would change the world, and get an introduction to the amazing things that came out of his vision. Charles Babbage was a mathematician in Victorian England. Anne is renowned for being the first to develop an automatic calculator. He designed blueprints for the analytical engine, a device with elements of contemporary computers. Although it was never completed during his lifetime, Babbage has been dubbed the father of computing for his ideas and plans. Babbage lived from 1791 until he died from renal inadequacy in 1871. Ada Lovelace. Not everyone in Victorian England, including Babbage, thought computers might one day exist. The first programmer in history was Ada Lovelace. She was Babbage's close friend and the daughter of the poet Lord Byron. Ada began creating machine-readable algorithms after becoming intrigued by his concepts. She established the groundwork for all contemporary programmers, even if her programs were not used during her lifetime. Born in London, England, December 10, 1815, Ada died from cancer in 1852. Alan Turing. The Germans created the Enigma machine to encrypt signals during World War II. Many of these signals were deciphered by a team led by Alan Turing, saving many lives in the process. With his contributions to the field, he is widely regarded as having contributed to the contemporary computer. The theories of artificial intelligence that Turing developed are also still investigated today. His most famous concept is the Turing test, which examines whether a computer can imitate human behavior on its own and deceive people. These concepts form the foundation of robotics and artificial intelligence research. Born June 23, 1912, in London, England. Alan took his own life and died on June 7, 1954. Tim Berners-Lee. You can appreciate Tim Berners-Lee for his contributions to the field whenever you look for websites. He created a technique for retrieving web pages from websites called the World Wide Web. You are searching for a website on the World Wide Web every time you type www. Although a lot has changed since then, Tim Berners-Lee's innovations still serve as the foundation for the Internet. He was born in Birmingham in 1921. Steve Wozniak and Steve Jobs. Everyone is familiar with Steve Jobs and is aware of Apple's prominence in the computer and smartphone industries. However, not many people are aware of Steve Wozniak or his accomplishments. At first, computers were prohibitively expensive and huge for the average American to buy. This trend was altered by businesses like Apple and Windows. Together with Steve Jobs, Wozniak started the Apple Computer Company in 1976. In 1977, they introduced the Apple II, one of the first hugely popular personal computers. Steve Jobs was a charismatic pioneer of the personal computer era. With Steve Wozniak, Jobs founded Apple Incorporated in 1976 and transformed the company into a world leader in telecommunications. Widely considered a visionary and a genius, he oversaw the launch of such revolutionary products as the iPod and the iPhone. Linus Torvalds. Most people remember Linus Torvalds for developing the Linux operating system. He created the operating system's kernel, which serves as the system's brain and ensures proper operation. For the entire system to function properly, a kernel is required. People are free to build all the features they require for a system while using the kernel. This operating system is a good substitute for Windows and Mac OS since it enables users to adjust the system even at the most fundamental level. Linus Torvalds created the Linux kernel and oversaw open-source development of the widely used Linux operating system. Torvalds was born on December 28, 1969, in Helsinki, Finland. Torvalds enrolled at the University of Helsinki in 1988, graduating with a master's degree in computer science. Last and not the least, Guido van Rossum, the founder of Python. Over the years, a lot of programming languages have come and gone. Although each program has its uses, some languages are more commonly used than others. The Python programming language was created with a broad goal in mind by Guido van Rossum. Python is currently one of the most popular and well-known programming languages available. Programming is a highly sought-after ability that, among other things, can help you get into the software industry. Among these great inventors are those like Bill Gates, Mohammed Hamza Shahzad, Daphne Koller, Tanmay Bakshi, Mark Zuckerberg, Isabel Tsai, Jack Dorsey, and many more. In the next episode, we will discuss most of the inventions that have changed the world in detail, the ideas behind them, and the people who made them possible. To never miss an episode, subscribe to this channel and share with others to never miss an episode as we dig deeper into the nature and future of programming.